This all goes back to two women I used to date. Years ago, I met the first one through a mutual friend. The first time we met up alone, we went for coffee. She wasn't someone who stood out at first, and she dressed simply, but she was easy to talk to. After that, we saw each other a few more times. At first, I thought things were going okay, but the more time we spent together, the more I realized we saw a lot of things differently. She seemed interested in continuing the relationship, but I slowly lost interest. Eventually, I told her how I felt, and we ended things. After that, we never spoke again. Some time later, I heard that she had moved away for work. Then she stopped talking to her family too. Eventually, she disappeared. At the time, I didn't think much of it. Later, a new employee started at the company where I worked. She was cute, and her desk was right next to mine. Since we sat beside each other every day, we ended up talking a lot and gradually got to know each other. After a while, we started to like each other, and then we started dating. At first, things were good. We had a lot in common and liked many of the same things. But after a while, we started having more disagreements. The main thing I noticed was that she suddenly became very concerned about her appearance. Eventually, we broke up too. Not long after that, she quit her job and left the company. So that's your dating history? The woman sitting next to me at the bar smiled after I finished telling her. Sounds like you were the problem more than they were. Maybe, I said. Things just don't always work out. So why are you here tonight? Looking to meet someone new? Not really. I took a drink. Something happened recently, and I can't stop thinking about it. What happened? I paused for a second. My ex, the woman I used to work with. I think she may have been murdered. She looked at me. What do you mean you think? I told her the police had found a body in the mountains. The body was missing its head, but the blood type, fingerprints, and DNA all matched my former girlfriend. The problem was, according to the investigation, she had been dead for a long time, at least since before I ever knew her. So I don't know, I said. I don't know whether the person they found and the woman I dated were really the same person. You've completely lost me, she said. Then she pushed another drink toward me. Try not to think about it. Have one more. I looked at the glass. No, I think that's enough for tonight. I'm heading out. Then I left the bar. A few days later, I was on my way home from work when I saw the woman I had met through that mutual friend. At first, I thought I had to be mistaken. I almost went over to say hello, but something about her seemed different. I don't know why I followed her. I just wanted to make sure I hadn't mistaken someone else for her. She walked into an empty alley, then she stopped. She just stood there without moving. I didn't go any closer. I stayed where I was and watched to see what she was doing. Then her neck began to move. At first, I thought she was only turning her head, but it kept moving. Her neck started twisting like a snake, slowly winding around as her head rose higher and higher. Then another head started coming out of her body. Her original head slowly sank back inside. In its place was the head of a woman I had never seen before. But it didn't end there. The unfamiliar woman's head began to rise again. Then another woman's head came out of her body. This time, I recognized her. It was the woman from the bar, but she seemed dissatisfied with that head too. It looked like she was about to change again. I couldn't watch anymore. I turned around and ran all the way home. Once I got inside, I started thinking about my former girlfriend. The one the police said had been dead before I ever knew her. What if that thing in the alley had cut off her head and put it on its own body? Or what if the woman I dated had been that thing from the beginning? I wanted to call the police, but would they believe me? And even if they did, where was I supposed to find her? While I was trying to decide what to do, I heard something tap against the living room window. I turned around. There were several heads outside the glass. They were smiling at me.